Chosen ones.
The atmospheric grid has just shifted, and most people are too anesthetized by their routines to notice.
It starts tonight.
After the silent reset of the new moon, a deep tectonic shift is beginning to move through the fabric of your life.
On the surface,
Nothing looks different. You see the same places, the same faces, and the same hollow routines. Yet, beneath the veil, something is pulling you in an entirely new direction. Have you noticed your thoughts feeling louder than usual? Are emotions rising in your chest for no logical reason?
do your old plans,
The ones you were so sure of weeks ago suddenly feel heavy, like a garment that no longer fits the person you have become.
this is not confusion.
This is the pressure of time demanding movement. But before I reveal the message hidden in this ending, you must seal your awareness.
Like this video right now to
Signal to the great architect that you have stopped sleepwalking.
in the comments below.
I want you to type the code ALIGN21 to anchor your energetic signature to this shift. Type ALIGN21 to declare, I feel the movement. I leave the old version of me behind. I am ready for the new chapter.
Subscribe to
The Holy Days. For in this week of invisible changes, this transmission is your only radar.
While the masses stay busy,
Distracted by their screens and repeating the same dead days, you are feeling the truth.
this moment is not random.
It carries a lethal clarity about what must end and what can no longer stay the same.
Whether it is noticed by the world or not,
Tonight marks the pivot point. The next chapter has already begun.
the shift
Is internal. The old plans are dead. Your new direction starts now.
chosen ones.
A silent surge is moving beneath the surface of reality, while the masses continue their descent into spiritual slumber, lost in the scrolling and the dead routines of the Matrix.
Something quiet,
But devastatingly powerful is rearranging the very fabric of your existence. Tonight, in the sacred window of this post-new moon, a profound truth is manifesting. A divine recalibration has begun.
this is not about mere luck.
Or waiting for a right moment. It is about a fundamental frequency shift that finally aligns your life with the laws of the universe.
From this point forward,
Your days will begin to feel different. Your thoughts are no longer scattered. They are locking into what truly matters to your soul. Reactions that once required forced effort now arrive with a fluid, sacred ease.
you are witnessing
The literal dissolving of what no longer fits your vibration. What is not naturally yours is simply falling away. Even your physical temple is picking up the signal. The energy is surging in new, uncharted ways. Focus is returning with crystalline clarity, and the habits of your old life are shedding like a skin that has become 3 sizes too small. On a cosmic scale, this is your natural, non-negotiable evolution. The universe is no longer whispering. It is activating. The veil is thin, and your integration has officially begun. The shackles of your old limits are finally dissolving. Your steps forward are no longer a struggle against the current. They have become a smooth, divinely guided flow. What is manifesting right now is setting the stage for a life that finally aligns with the truth of your soul. A life that doesn't just look right, but feels sacred as it unfolds. Tonight, the seismic shift that began with the new moon on January 21st is rippling through your existence in ways that can no longer be ignored. Your mind is beginning to detect patterns where there once was only chaos. Those small coincidences you have been noticing are not accidents. They are quantum clues, breadcrumbs from the divine, pointing toward a destiny far greater than your 3D routine. The universe is nudging you toward a reality that finally makes sense. You see the numbers repeating on the clock. You feel the timing shifting in ways that defy human logic. Understand this. It is not chance. It is a rare combination of energy specific to this January 21st gateway, an invitation to manifest the massive changes that have been waiting patiently behind the veil. Even the most ordinary moments are now pregnant with the potential for miracles. In the celestial realms, Mercury and the Moon are forming a quiet, potent connection, sparking a deep reflection within your spirit. Every choice you make in this window carries the weight of 1,000 lifetimes. You are moving from a state of hoping to a state of absolute, irreversible knowing. Where life once presented resistance, a pervasive sense of being firmly anchored or locked in place, a beautiful, effortless current now takes hold, allowing circumstances to unfold naturally. The weighty, complicated decisions that once tangled the mind now arrive with an undeniable new clarity and graceful flow. Notice how fundamental aspects of your life, relationships, career trajectory, and personal ambitions begin to shift their internal texture, even if the external scenery remains unchanged. For those attuned enough to perceive these delicate vibrations, a profound sharpness crystallizes thoughts around the few things that truly matter. Opportunities that are often cloaked by distraction reveal themselves in surprisingly simple forms, and old, difficult habits seem to dissolve or reformulate almost without conscious effort. The tedious repetition of daily life acquires a subtle, meaningful rhythm that was utterly absent before, as if a profound new narrative chapter is being quietly authored in the deepest background layers of reality. Manifesting desires becomes exponentially easier because this potent, post-new moon energy acts as a cosmic sieve, simplifying the architecture of importance. Moment that previously demanded brute force and struggle now open effortlessly, like a perfectly timed lock. Your emotional landscape, physical resilience, and spiritual connectivity simultaneously begin adjusting to the profound potential of what comes next, offering a lasting blessing that can resonate far beyond the scope of this single night. By developing a heightened sensitivity to the minor signs, the recurring appearance of specific numbers, fleeting feelings of internal impatience guiding you away from the wrong path, or unexpected, synchronistic coincidences, it becomes profoundly possible to seamlessly ride this momentum toward tangible, lasting, real change. The energy activated around January 21st doesn't just suggest change, it initiates a cosmic re-engineering that powerfully favors laser focus, deliberately clear action, and the necessary release of whatever energy or commitment doesn't perfectly align with the expansive life striving to be built. Even the most everyday routines can feel fundamentally different. Simple, intuitive choices like deciding where to invest your time or who deserves your deep attention can rapidly lead to surprising, foundational results. Miracles show up in ways that feel completely organic and natural, rather than forced or demanded. What seemed fundamentally impossible just yesterday now feels entirely reachable. The way events subtly line up tonight carries an undeniable, gentle push toward previously inaccessible new possibilities. Habits that felt eternally fixed may finally begin to loosen their grip and move. Thoughts about necessary future steps start making perfect, undeniable sense. Moments that used to cause profound confusion now carry crystal-clear hints about the immediate next steps. By the time this intense, energetic shift concludes, life will feel noticeably smoother. Key decisions, essential connections, and long-term plans begin to fit together with exceptional coherence. The January 21st energy does not advocate rushing or forcing speed. Instead, it meticulously rearranges the essential components of your existence in ways that optimally bring opportunities for integrated growth and immediate, effective action. Pay acute attention to what themes repeat themselves, what captures your immediate sustained interest, or what spontaneously sparks deep curiosity. These are the powerful signposts pointing directly toward the bigger picture unfolding. While this transformation may commence with a profound quietness, its ripple effects can powerfully influence your trajectory through the coming days, weeks, and months. It is an extraordinary opportunity to manifest what truly matters at your core and to notice the blessings waiting in places that were always accessible but previously obscured from view. This transformation is not about forcing anything external. It is purely about letting the cosmic movement after January 21st guide your most natural, inherent steps, showing precisely how ordinary, simple moments can suddenly transform into something deeply meaningful and catalytic. By remaining deeply aware and present, it is possible to catch the small miracles waiting in plain sight, making your life feel significantly more real, more intentionally connected, and perfectly ready for the grand developments that come next. January 21st initiates a powerful energetic milestone where the very atmosphere around you subtly changes its composition. It feels distinct, almost tactile, as if the surrounding energy field is gently bending and refracting in ways that immediately command attention without needing aggressive assertion. The moon anchors itself in a silent, powerful alignment that amplifies the current of life, making everything feel slightly more intense, vividly alive, and significantly more open to deep transformation. The quick, scattered thoughts that usually dominate mental space begin to slow their pace, orbiting and circling in meaningful patterns that only reveal their internal logic after patient observation. Moments that were previously filed away as ordinary now acquire a strange, hidden density, a compelling reason for deep recognition that was never present before. Imagine the sensation of entering a sacred, hushed space where every detail you typically dismiss, override, or ignore suddenly demands your specific acknowledgement. Tonight, every single choice, even the most mundane daily decision, carries an undeniable energetic echo, reverberating off past experiences you might have consciously set aside or mistakenly believed were resolved and concluded. What seemed like merely regular days now possesses a surprising depth, a vibrant texture, saturated color, and a directional impulse that feels entirely new, much like suddenly seeing a deeply familiar streetscape under the revelatory light of a new dawn. Even the simplest, most ingrained routines, a focused walk, a meaningful conversation, the quiet pause between two tasks, begin to shape far more than just the passing day. The concentrated energy generated by this lunar configuration acts as a profound catalyst, creating an intrinsic push toward effortless clarity. Disjointed thoughts that typically scatter in various directions now feel inextricably linked, and intentions that once seemed structurally messy begin to spontaneously form into immediately actionable blueprints. This cosmic rearrangement is not a disruptive, loud event. It operates not as an overwhelming external force, but as a subtle, integrating current that gently coaxes what truly matters to rise to the surface of your awareness. It facilitates the immediate recognition of hidden patterns that now effortlessly guide your choices in ways that were previously invisible, and it guarantees that even the smallest, most intentional actions lead to synergistic results that feel vastly greater than their initial effort would suggest. Your body itself begins to respond. Hands, feet, and even your deep structural posture in unexpected ways. Sitting, walking, or engaging in physical movement suddenly feels undeniably lighter, more balanced, and surprisingly flexible. That identical integrated sensation spills over into how you interact with others. Your words and corresponding gestures seem to land with a deeper significance, more resonant weight, and a higher level of conversational precision than you usually experience. The spiritual dimension of this period is not a separate external layer. It is intrinsically woven into the fabric of every action undertaken today. Everything that transpires in your mind, during meaningful conversation, or in the brief, profound silence between tasks, carries a substantial ripple effect. Focus shifts tonight without requiring painful effort. Tasks that historically demanded massive stores of extra energy now seem to possess their own internal, self-sustaining momentum. It is as if January 21st has presented both your conscious mind and your physical form with a perfectly calibrated key that slides smoothly into the mechanisms of action. While this shift may initially appear minor, it is precisely this kind of fundamental change that revolutionizes existing routines without the need for forcing or internal resistance. Actions become smoother, inherently less strained, and perfectly synchronized with the underlying momentum trying to push life forward. Even deeply ingrained habits that once felt arduous or unyielding can now seem strikingly simple, easily manageable, or even instantly obvious. Your attention naturally drifts toward the highest priorities. The brain seems to internally favor profound simplicity and deep understanding, automatically editing out non-essential mental noise and distraction. Conversations flow organically now, imbued with a deep thoughtfulness that requires no mental strain. Decisions that typically carry a heavy emotional weight or bureaucratic complexity now feel drawn naturally toward their optimal resolution. Choices that might ordinarily spark intense internal doubt or paralyzing hesitation feel perfectly aligned with an encompassing, guiding structure, almost as if the moon's concentrated gravitational influence is subtly organizing your internal timing for maximized effectiveness. Tonight also strongly favors quiet, powerful reflection. Faint memories of significant past events, unresolved encounters, or intellectual ideas that felt perpetually unfinished begin to acquire a new, cohesive meaning. Confusing or seemingly random past situations can suddenly crystallize into sensible insights that are immediately easy to act upon. Thoughts that previously resisted being untangled now seamlessly fold themselves into immediate understanding. It is a vital moment where the internal patterns governing your conscious awareness appear strikingly clear and entirely tangible without demanding arduous intellectual struggle. Even the deep physical structure of the body responds to this energetic shift. Muscles relax, habitual poor posture corrects itself, and baseline energy levels adjust without needing any external force. Movements that once felt stiff or rhythmically awkward now appear smoother, more deliberate, and more graceful. The internal rhythm, governing activity and necessary rest, begins to sync perfectly with the night's subtle influence, cultivating an internal environment where actions naturally harmonize with profound intentions. Small, daily choices, from selecting a meal to organizing the progression of the day, are carried out with unexpected ease and confidence. The spiritual component of this experience is recognized not through grand gestures, but through subtle, undeniable manifestations. Intuition becomes significantly more active, functioning not in a vague, mystical sense, but providing immediate, practical insight. Thoughts that might have been dismissed as mere randomness now concretely suggest powerful new directions or highlight viable options that were previously invisible beneath the surface. Awareness expands across your mental, physical, and emotional spectrum in a harmonious way that helps ensure all major decisions feel simultaneously organic, natural, and highly intentional. Furthermore, the shift tonight deeply enriches creativity. Ideas that felt perpetually stalled or frustratingly repetitive suddenly take vibrant, useful shape. Workflow, hobbies, or significant personal development projects move forward with surprising swiftness and ease. The key is not to aggressively force inspiration, but to allow the energy to guide it to the precise right spatial and temporal alignment.
Even focusing your attention for just a few concentrated minutes
Can lead to exponential results that feel much larger than the effort expended, making your intentional work multiply effortlessly. Chosen ones. The integration is deepening. As we move further into the aftermath of the January 21st new moon, the friction of the 3D matrix is dissolving from your daily interactions. You are witnessing the great unwinding. Misunderstandings that once felt like insurmountable walls are now smoothing out naturally, as if the universe itself is acting as your private, divine translator. Your conversations now carry a subtle, sacred warmth. Communication is no longer a battle of egos. It has become a fluid exchange of soul frequency. Arguments, tension, and the heavy fog of uncertainty are being replaced by a rhythmic ease. You are no longer trying to be understood. You are simply being heard. This is the direct result of your thoughts and reactions aligning perfectly with the cosmic flux.
This January 21st window
Is a formal invitation to anchor your long-term legacy. Goals that once felt as distant as the stars are now gaining crystalline clarity. The weight of your plans has shifted. What was once overwhelming is now a series of effortless, practical steps. You are stepping into a timeline of sacred efficiency. Your physical temple is moving in a new, uncharted rhythm. Notice your movements: walking, tidying your space, or preparing a meal. These are no longer dead routines. They have become active ceremonies of awareness. Every mundane action is now a vessel for your higher intention. You are not doing more. You are noticing how every ordinary act carries the signature of your evolution.
tonight,
Your thoughts carry the weight of a divine command. Whether spoken aloud or etched onto paper, your affirmations are reaching into the deep mental spaces of the collective. Your commitments are setting events in motion that will echo far beyond this single day. You are no longer a passenger, you are the architect. Small manifestations are appearing in the cracks of your day. A stalled project suddenly finds its momentum. A long-lost idea returns with the force of a roar. Your intuition has been upgraded to a primary navigation system, allowing you to sidestep frustration and move directly toward what matters. This period favors the quiet observer. Step lightly through these hours. Watch how your reactions have changed. Situations that would have triggered a reaction in the old world now invite mastery in the new. You are seeing reality through the lens of the master frequency. The cosmic shift of January 21st is not a fleeting moment. It is a foundation.
The universe is supporting your every step,
Turning your small efforts into massive results. The doors are opening without a sound. Your integration continues. Chosen ones, this alignment is not merely a fleeting cosmic event, it is a masterclass in the divine law of surrender. While the masses are taught to fight, to struggle, and to force their will upon the world, you are being initiated into a higher truth. The universe is teaching you the power of divine observation. Instead of pushing against the current, you are being called to feel the subtle pulses of your own intuition, the silent, sacred GPS that is now leading you home. When your mind and body synchronize with this grander rhythm, the impossible becomes effortless. The world tells you that achievement requires endless battle, but this portal reveals a different way, the path of release. This is the moment to drop your rigid plans, to dissolve your need for absolute control, and to shatter the limiting beliefs that have kept you small. Clarity of intention, married to an unshakable faith that your life is locking into its true trajectory, is the only key you need. You are being reminded that you do not always need to do more. Sometimes the most powerful action you can take is to allow. When you surrender the weight of the old world, the universe rushes in to support your every step.
January 21st
Is a sacred reminder that your power resides in the small things. A single, mindful choice, a brief, authentic conversation, a moment of total stillness to organize your frequency. These are the quantum seeds of your future reality. Life possesses an invisible support system, and when you harmonize with it, miracles are no longer luck. They are the inevitable resonance of your inner alignment. This is not just a moment for reflection. This is a divine mandate to act. The energy of this post-new moon window is a doorway inviting you into a new state of being, conscious, intentional, and sovereign.
You are not a victim of your circumstances.
You are the co-creator of the new earth. This is your starting point for a journey where every small step is a brick in the temple of the life you desire. The impossibilities of your past have been rewritten by this celestial orchestration. This is your internal system reset. The old habits that no longer serve your evolution are fading into the void, making room for the master you are becoming. A tree does not rush its growth, yet it never stops reaching for the light. Neither should you. Before we seal this final transmission, you must anchor your commitment to this new chapter. Like this video right now to signal to the great central sun that you have accepted your role as a co-creator. In the comments below, type the code 777 to declare your spiritual perfection and the completion of this divine integration. Typing 777 seals your intention to walk this new path with absolute faith.
Subscribe to the Holy Days
And turn on the bell, for the updates in the coming days will be your only navigation through this accelerated timeline. Let the light of January 21st be your beacon. The universe is no longer asking you to survive. It is commanding you to thrive. The portal is open. Your destiny is here. Your integration is complete. Welcome to the new timeline.